quite a severe head injury, but she was very much still alive on the back seat. And those people that caused the accident, instead of helping, were taking photographs of her dying on the back seat. And then those photographs made their way back to news desks in this country.
Diana's marriage to Prince Charles looked perfect from the outside, but it was far from it. Growing up in a luxurious yet troubled home, she felt the sting of her parents' messy divorce at just 7 years old, which left her hiding her true feelings.
I suspect most husbands and wives find they often have arguments.
But we don't.
No. Occasionally we do, because I
With so many shocking details now coming to light.
You didn't believe she was dead?
For a long time, I just refused to accept that she was gone. Part of, she would never do this to us, but also part of, maybe this is all part of a plan.
What secrets did Diana's son reveal about King Charles?
And after many, many years of lies being told about me and my family, there comes a point where, again, going back to the relationship between certain members of the family.
Join us and dive deeper into these startling revelations, even after years of Princess Diana's tragic death. Beneath the royal facade. Living in the palace wasn't easy for Diana. She had to adapt to the strict royal rules and deal with constant attention from the British press. Every move she made was watched, and her weaknesses were turned into headlines. Despite these challenges, she used her position to highlight important issues like AIDS awareness and the fight against landmines, earning her the nickname, the People's Princess. But her marriage continued to suffer. Both Diana and Charles were unfaithful, and their troubles became very public. Their separation was inevitable, and the world watched every moment. Even after her marriage ended, Diana remained a global icon with her charm, compassion, and sense of style. She connected with ordinary people and cared deeply for those in need, winning the hearts of millions. However, tragedy struck in 1997 when Diana died in a car accident in Paris. The crash happened while paparazzi were chasing her, and instead of helping, some photographers took pictures of her final moments. This caused worldwide outrage and made people think about the harsh reality of media intrusion in her life. Even after her death, Diana's legacy lives on. Her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, continue her humanitarian work and often talk about how their mother's life and death affected them. Prince Harry has been especially vocal about how the royal family and the media treated Diana, showing that the struggle to protect her memory continues. Diana's story reminds us of the high price of fame and the complexities of royal life. Her life was a mix of public duties and personal struggles, showing her strength and vulnerability. As we remember her, we see not just a princess, but a woman who tried to make a difference in a world that often ignored her pain. Her story is a poignant reminder of the human cost of fame and the complex dynamics within one of the world's most watched families. Her life was a blend of extraordinary public engagements and deeply personal battles, a testament to her strength and vulnerability. As we reflect on her life, we see not just a princess, but a woman who strived to make a difference in a world that often seemed indifferent to her pain. Diana, often called Duchess by her family because of her graceful nature, was born on August 30th, 1961, and baptized at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham. She was the third child and fourth born in her family, but her arrival was a bit overshadowed. Her parents were hoping for a boy to continue the family name, which put a lot of pressure on their marriage. This desire for a son led to many problems between her parents. Her mother, Frances Shand Kidd, even went to doctors in London to find out why she couldn't have a boy. Diana's younger brother, Charles, later said these efforts were very embarrassing and upsetting for their parents, possibly leading to their eventual divorce. Diana's early life was full of changes and challenges, turbulence and transition. When Diana was just 7, her parents' marriage fell apart, resulting in a highly publicized divorce. her mother remarried Peter Shand Kidd in 1969. Initially, Diana lived with her mother in London after the separation in 1967. But during a family visit to her father's house for Christmas, her father decided she wouldn't go back to London with her mother. This led to a tough custody battle, which her father won with the help of his mother-in-law, Lady Fairmoy. There was more family drama when Diana's father married Rain, Countess Spencer. Diana and her stepmother had a difficult relationship, full of tension and conflict, including a shocking moment when Diana pushed her stepmother down the stairs. Looking back, Diana described her childhood as very unhappy and unstable. The family situation changed again when her father became Earl Spencer in 1975, leading to a move to the Althorpe estate in Northamptonshire. Diana's education began at home with her governess, Gertrude Allen, before she moved to Silfield Private School in King's Lynn, Norfolk. These early years were full of changes, new family members, moving homes, and the ups and downs of her family life. When she was 9, she went to Riddlesworth Hall School, an all-girls boarding school near Thetford. Later, in 1973, she joined her sisters at West Heath School. These years were not just about learning from books, but also about handling family pressures and big changes in her life, shaping who she would become. At West Heath Girls' School in Seven Oaks, Kent, Diana had a hard time with her studies. Many believed this was because of the emotional challenges she faced during her childhood, such as her parents' divorce and their remarriages. Despite these difficulties, Diana excelled in community service. She even received an award from her school for her dedication to helping others. Although she struggled in school, Diana was very active in life. She was known for her kindness and community involvement. By the time she was 16 and left West Heath, her brother Charles often described her as quiet, but very caring. Diana was also very talented in music, playing the piano beautifully. This talent even inspired a Broadway musical about her life. She didn't just nanny. Diana also attended a finishing school in Switzerland for a short time before Easter in 1978. When she came back to London, she stayed at her mother's flat with school friends and took an advanced cooking course. Her work life was varied. She taught dance to young people until a skiing accident put her out of action for 3 months. After recovering, she worked as a preschool assistant, cleaned for her sister Sarah, and worked part-time as a hostess at parties. Diana also babysat for the Robertson family and worked as a nursery teacher's assistant at the Young England School in Pimlico. In July 1979, her mother bought her a flat at Kern Court for her 18th birthday. Diana lived there with 3 friends until February 1981. This time in her life was full of personal growth and preparation for a surprising future. Meeting Prince Charles was quite an unusual event for Diana. They first met in 1977 while Charles was dating her sister, Sarah. No one could have predicted what was to come. Charles found her to be very cheerful, and after he and Sarah broke up in 1978, they stayed friends. Diana was invited to Charles's 30th birthday party at Buckingham Palace in November 1978, and they met again at a shooting party hosted by Queen Elizabeth II in January 1979. By the summer of 1980, their relationship had grown significantly, setting the stage for a royal marriage that would capture the world's attention, marked by the births of their sons and ongoing public interest and controversy. Diana meets Prince Charles, starting a new chapter in her life. A royal romance. Charles and Diana first met at a friendly house party, organized by Charles's friend, Philip de Pass, in the charming town of New Grove. In the midst of the lively atmosphere, Charles noticed Diana. She was reserved but thoughtful in how she spoke, which made her stand out. Charles, despite being 13 years older, found himself intrigued by her. Their next memorable moment was at a casual get-together after a polo match. Guests were enjoying barbecued food while sitting on hay bales. Charles, feeling vulnerable, shared his sorrow over losing his great-uncle, Lord Mountbatten. Diana's gentle and understanding response touched him deeply, making him feel a connection. Over time, their interactions grew more meaningful. people began to wonder if Diana's kind words were making Charles fall in love. Wanting to get to know her better, Charles invited Diana to spend a summer holiday at Balmoral Castle with his friends. Diana was happy to accept, and their bond grew stronger with each meeting. Their engagement became official with a press call on February 24, 1981. When asked about their feelings, Diana said yes, while Charles's vague response, "Whatever in love means," left many wondering about his true feelings. Despite these challenges and the shadows of past loves, their royal wedding went ahead on July 29, 1981, at St. Paul's Cathedral. The grand ceremony was watched by 2,650 guests in person and about 750 million viewers worldwide. It was a historic moment, a fairy tale mixed with real human emotions. Prince Charles stood at the edge of marriage, torn by personal doubts. He felt a heavy sense of duty to the royal family, seeing himself more as a prince seeking a suitable wife than a man looking for true love. Diana's charm did catch his eye, but his heart was still connected to his former girlfriend, Camilla. This unresolved love would later cause major problems in his marriage. Many thought Charles chose Diana because she fit the image of the perfect royal wife, noble enough for the royal family, and able to bear children to continue the lineage. From the moment Diana entered the royal spotlight, especially during her globally watched wedding, she faced relentless public attention. The royal life, which seemed glamorous to outsiders, came with intrusive media scrutiny. This grew even more intense when Diana chose to leave out the word obey from her wedding vows. This bold move caused a media frenzy and marked her first act of defiance within the royal family. After the wedding, Diana's fairy tale illusion quickly faded. The heavy responsibilities of royal duties, combined with little emotional support from Charles, meant they spent very little time together. Diana was mostly left to navigate her new life alone. Her struggles were deep, and during her first pregnancy, she reached a point of despair. Battling bulimia, she threw herself down the stairs at Sandringham House. Miraculously, the baby was unharmed. A glimmer of hope came with the birth of Prince William in 1982. Charles, present at the birth, was deeply moved, and it momentarily brought him closer to Diana. However, the constant public and media pressure continued to burden Diana, especially during her postpartum period, which was marred by depression. In 1983, unable to bear leaving her infant son behind, Diana decided to bring 9-month-old William on a royal tour to Australia and New Zealand. This decision sparked mixed reactions, from sharp criticism to public admiration, showcasing her commitment to her role as a mother first. The birth of their second son adds more tension between Diana and Charles. The shadow over Harry's cradle. The birth of their second son, Prince Harry, in 1984, should have been another happy milestone. However, Charles's obvious disappointment that Harry was not the girl he had hoped for added more strain to their already fragile marriage. Diana had kept Harry's gender a secret, enjoying the brief closeness it brought them during the pregnancy. Yet, this small connection was overshadowed by Charles's reaction to Harry's gender and red hair, complicating their relationship further and casting a shadow over what should have been a joyous occasion. Diana felt deeply betrayed and angry, starting her own quiet quest for revenge. This bitterness stayed with her for years. Eventually, Prince William began sharing royal family secrets, causing a media storm. This makes us wonder, why did Charles break the royal rule of silence, and why did his sons pull away from him? Let's find out. In the royal biography Endgame by Omid Scobie, Prince William reveals many of King Charles's secrets. The book is full of shocking details about Charles's marriage to Diana and his leadership, hinting that William was the source. It seems William's desire to be king might have made him ignore the royal family's rule of keeping things private. These revelations confirm long-held suspicions of shady dealings around Princess Diana's tragic death and highlight parts of her life that were often overlooked. The leaks include sensitive information about his brother Harry and King Charles himself. Over the years, many theories have spread about Diana's death, including the claim that their driver was drunk. But Diana always felt that the royal family was plotting against her, which made her even more upset. During her rocky relationship with Charles, Diana believed he wanted her out of the way so he could be with his true love, Camilla. There was a persistent rumor that her death was not just an accident. One particularly telling incident was when Diana found out about a bracelet Charles planned to give Camilla just days before their wedding. Heartbroken, Diana thought about canceling the wedding, but was convinced by her sisters that it was too late to back out. Their marriage, filled with unhappiness, saw both Charles and Diana finding comfort in others by 1986. Through the late 1980s and early 1990s, Charles continued his secret relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles, who was also in an unhappy marriage. Despite the chaos in their lives, their affair reignited. In a 1994 interview with his biographer Jonathan Dimbleby, Charles admitted Camilla was the infamous third person in his marriage, a role that Prince Harry bitterly remembered. When Princess Diana did not join Prince Charles on their usual summer family trip, the news spread quickly. It seemed like there was a big problem in the royal family. People often saw them looking unhappy together, which made everyone even more curious about their marriage. Every time they were seen together, the media analyzed their every move, making the public even more interested in their relationship issues. Journalist Georgina Howell wrote that Princess Diana, loved by the world, was not getting much affection from her husband. The next year, things got even more intense. Princess Diana confronted Camilla Parker Bowles about her affair with Prince Charles. Camilla did not deny it, highlighting the problems in their marriage. The public and media didn't lose interest. In fact, the news about their separation made things even more intense. In December 1992, Prime Minister John Major told everyone that Prince Charles and Princess Diana had decided to separate, but would still focus on raising their children together. In 1994, Prince Charles gave a controversial interview where he admitted to his mistakes, making Princess Diana and the royal family very angry. Then, in 1995, Princess Diana gave her own famous interview with Martin Bashir on Panorama. She openly talked about her unhappiness and mentioned that there were always three people in their marriage: herself, Charles, and Camilla. After their separation, Diana starts a new phase of her life, from private pain to public triumph. Diana found a friend in Hasnat Khan, a British-Pakistani surgeon during their separation. Their relationship was a secret at first, but became public in 1996, adding more drama to the royal story. Even though they were close, they couldn't decide on marriage and broke up in 1997. Amid all this, their divorce was finalized on August 28, 1996, after Queen Elizabeth II encouraged them to end it. Princess Diana, now divorced, continued her public life and charity work. She remained dedicated to various causes, and her last public appearance was at the English National Ballet, showing her commitment to helping others even during tough personal times. Many people wished Princess Diana well, thinking her divorce was the end of a great story. But she saw it differently. To her, it was the beginning of a new chapter. Even though she got a lot of money from the divorce, she lost her royal title. Despite their past issues, Diana and Prince Charles seemed to get along better. He even visited her on her 35th birthday. However, everything changed on August 31st, 1997. Princess Diana died in a terrible car crash in Paris. After her death, Prince Charles and Diana's sisters quickly went to Paris to bring her body back. The whole nation mourned, and Diana had a royal funeral. But there was controversy when Prince Charles wore a navy suit instead of the traditional black mourning clothes. Diana's death left her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, without their mother. They had to deal with their grief in front of the world. Prince Philip supported them, encouraging them to walk in the funeral procession and helping them through the tough time. Over the years, Both sons have felt betrayed by their father and have stayed loyal to the memory of their mother, especially as they navigated their own lives in the royal family. The brothers' relationship became strained, especially after Prince Harry married Meghan Markle and stepped back from royal duties. Despite their differences, they share a painful memory: their mother's funeral on September 7th, 1997. From Kensington Palace to Westminster Abbey, the young princes, then just 15 and 12, faced the world with heavy hearts, feeling deep resentment towards their father for the pain in their mother's life. Princess Diana left a powerful legacy of strength and kindness despite all the turmoil. She battled bulimia and sought treatment, facing her problems head-on. Diana also confronted Camilla Parker Bowles about her relationship with Charles, showing great courage. More than anything, Diana valued her connection with the public. She listened to people's stories and used her position to help them, earning her the name People's Princess. Her dedication to helping others continues to inspire people around the world. Life for her wasn't just about royal duties. She cared deeply about helping HIV/AIDS patients. By publicly shaking hands and hugging those with the disease, she fought against the widespread fear and misunderstanding. Her actions sent a powerful message that changed how people viewed the disease. At the same time, the royal family has faced many scandals over the years. Prince William has been open about these issues, especially those affecting his mother's life. He broke the royal tradition of staying silent on personal matters by talking about these topics. This honesty has sparked many different opinions and discussions about his mother's legacy and the ongoing problems in the royal family. What do you think about Prince William's actions and his mother's significant impact? Share your thoughts below, smash the like and subscribe for more.